So welcome to Matt Talk, a video podcast for the friends and family of Coming First United Methodist Church from me, Pastor Matt. Well, today is Monday, October the 9th, and it's the 52nd episode of Matt Talk. So today I wanted to talk to us about Charge Conference. Charge Conference is coming up for us here at Coming First United Methodist Church on Sunday, October the 15th at 3 o'clock over at St. Paul United Methodist Church on Summit Street in Gainesville, Georgia. Once a year, we call the Charge Conference. The Charge Conference really is the members of the church council, and the Charge Conference comes together to vote on the pastor's compensation, to vote on the nomination committee's report of leadership for the upcoming calendar year, and other reports that are presented to the Charge Conference as we annually review the church. The district superintendent always calls the Charge Conference together, and years ago, the habit is that district superintendents, it was the one time of the year that the district superintendent would come to every church and call the Charge Conference together there in that particular church. It was always a fun time. We usually had a meal together, and it was a time for the DS to get to know us and us to get to know the DS a little better. But as we have expanded the size of districts, it's become impractical for district superintendents to make it around and do every church a Charge Conference. So now we have them together, and the church council, which actually the memberships of the church council and the Charge Conference are actually the same persons. The church council now approves all the reports ahead of time, which we did back on September the 25th. And then we forward those to the Charge Conference that will be held at St. Paul on Summit Street in Gainesville on October the 15th. Everybody's invited to come and be a part of that Charge Conference, come and be with other churches around this area who will be there together with us, and we'll worship together and we'll present our reports together, not out loud, but we'll submit those and offer a prayer for them and ask God's blessings upon them. There's a difference, though, between a Charge Conference and a church conference. A Charge Conference is something that we do once a year, but it's also something that we do from time to time when there's a special need. There's certain things like the sale of property and the purchase of property that require us to come together in a Charge Conference and have Charge Conference approval for such matters as that. Again, the Charge Conference membership is the same as the membership of the church council. And the church council acts for the Charge Conference in between sessions once a year. But a church conference is actually the Charge Conference membership extended to every professing member of the church. Church conferences are more rare. Actually, any Charge Conference can be brought into or made into a church conference if the pastor requests so, or the district superintendent requests to do so, or if 10% of the church membership decides to do so. Then the Charge Conference membership is opened up to the whole entire church. There are certain times when that's not just requested, it's required. If, for example, the Charge Conference decides that we need to build a new building or we need to buy some new property, then after the study committee and building committee have done their works, they would present that to the church conference, to the whole entire membership of the of that particular United Methodist congregation, and the whole congregation would vote, all the professing members, at a church conference. Church conferences have become something we've talked about recently because some United Methodist churches are having church conferences where every professing member gets a vote for the reason of disaffiliation. But that's the difference between a Charge Conference that we have once a year and a church conference. It's all about the membership, and the membership of the Charge Conference is the church council membership and the leaders of this church. And a church conference is open to the professing members, all professing members. And so thought you'd just like to know that. And it's important that we use that correct verbiage. It doesn't seem like there's a difference much between a church conference and a Charge Conference, but there really is. And so wanted to make that clear to you. On Monday, September the 25th, we had a Charge Conference also. And the purpose of that Charge Conference was to hear a resolution from the Board of Trustees. The Board of Trustees had a resolution authorizing them to sell some property that we own on the other side of Tower Road across the street from the youth building. And the Charge Conference approved that resolution and authorized the Board of Trustees to sell that property at their discretion. And there was parameters that were set for the price that they should sell it for. So the Board of Trustees will handle that for us now that they have permission from the Charge Conference. And along with myself as senior pastor and our district superintendent, with our letters of recommendation and authorization, the Board of Trustees now can, if we have a buyer for that property, can make that sale and do the transaction of that. So we're excited about the possibilities before us, and just wanted to once again help us to better understand the United Methodist Church of which we are part of, and to know the difference in between a Charge Conference and a church conference. Well, I look forward to seeing you this coming Sunday, and I also look forward to talking with you on the next Matt Talk. Until then, may the peace and love of Christ be with you.